Did you know? There is one truth that worries many nutrition doctors. Eating fish regularly still may not protect you from inflammation, heart problems, or memory decline as you age. It sounds hard to believe, because for many years we have been taught that as long as you eat fish, you get enough omega-3. Omega-3 helps fight inflammation, but the problem is not just a lack of omega-3. The bigger and more dangerous problem is the long-term imbalance between omega-6 and omega-3 in the daily diet of Americans over 60. Omega-6 produces inflammatory compounds, while omega-3 creates anti-inflammatory ones. Today, most of us consume omega-6 at levels 15 to 20 times higher than omega-3. Omega-6 is everywhere: soybean oil, corn oil, processed foods, fried foods. So what are the consequences? Morning joint stiffness that lasts. Blood vessels that lose elasticity. The heart has to work harder. And the brain slows down over time. So what's the good news? You don't need to eat fish every day, and you don't need expensive fish oil supplements either. In today's video, VitalAge Health will share with you 5 foods that are richer in omega-3 than fish. And more importantly, foods that help bring your body back into its natural anti-inflammatory balance. Especially, food number 1 on this list has an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio very close to what the human body was designed to use. Something very few types of fish can achieve. So here's the question for you. Are you unknowingly eating too many inflammatory foods, while the solution may already be sitting right in your kitchen? 5. Chia seeds, omega-3, without omega-6. Hard to believe, right? A seed as small as the tip of a pencil, with almost no smell and no strong flavor, can actually contain more omega-3 than many familiar types of fish. That's exactly what chia seeds do. Here's the paradox. We often think that powerful foods must be big, expensive, or come from the deep sea. But with chia seeds, the power comes from simplicity. For people over 60, the greatest benefit of chia seeds isn't just their omega-3 content, but the fact that they contain almost no omega-6 at all. So what does that mean? Imagine your body as a balance scale. For years, you may have unknowingly loaded it with too much omega-6 from industrial cooking oils, fried foods, and packaged products. The scale slowly tips, and silent inflammation begins. Chia seeds act like a small but perfectly placed weight, helping pull your body back toward balance. Many people over 60 report that. After just a few weeks of adding chia seeds to their breakfast, they notice less joint stiffness in the morning, gentler digestion, and a reduced feeling of heaviness in the body. Science explains this quite simply. Chia seeds are very rich in ALA, a form of omega-3 that helps calm inflammatory responses. As omega-3 levels rise, the body reduces the production of inflammatory compounds, especially those triggered by excess omega-6. So how should chia seeds be used properly? You don't need much. Just 1 tablespoon per day is enough. The easiest way, soak 1 tablespoon of chia seeds in water for at least 30 minutes, ideally overnight so they fully expand. Then mix the soaked seeds into oatmeal, yogurt, or a morning smoothie. One very important note for older adults. Chia seeds must be soaked before eating, and the reason is critical. Chia seeds absorb 10 to 12 times their weight in water. If eaten dry, they can expand in the esophagus, cause choking, chest tightness, or difficulty swallowing, so soaking them first is a mandatory safety rule. Chia seeds are not a miracle cure. But if you're looking for a gentle, natural way to begin correcting the omega-6 to omega-3 imbalance, this is a very smart first step. And interestingly, the next food on the list is even more powerful, especially for those who have eaten bread, fried foods, or vegetable oils for many years. Try this today. Go to the grocery store, buy a small bag of chia seeds, soak 1 tablespoon, and drink it tomorrow morning. Leave a comment after 1 week and share your experience. 4. Flax seeds. Flax seeds are a very special case. They are widely praised, but also widely misunderstood, especially among older adults. Here's the paradox. Many people have been eating flax seeds for years, yet their bodies absorb very little omega-3 from them. Why? Because flax seeds have a very hard outer shell. If you eat them whole, they pass through the digestive system almost intact. In other words, you eat them, but your body doesn't get much benefit, and this becomes even more important after age 60, when digestion is no longer as strong as it once was. But when used correctly, flax seeds become one of the richest plant-based sources of omega-3 you can find. So what is flax seeds' greatest strength? It directly counterbalances excess omega-6 in the modern diet. Think of it this way. If omega-6 is the gas pedal that triggers inflammation, then omega-3 from flax seeds is the safety brake. Many people over 60, especially those who eat a lot of bread, use industrial vegetable oils, or regularly eat fried foods, often notice that, after a few weeks of using flax seeds correctly, joint pain eases, bowel movements become more regular, and bad cholesterol levels tend to decrease. The science behind this is fairly simple. Flax seeds are rich in ALA omega-3, which helps the body reduce the production of inflammatory compounds triggered by excessive omega-6. In addition, the fiber in flax seeds nourishes gut bacteria, a factor increasingly shown to be closely linked to inflammation and heart health. So how should flax seeds be used properly? Only use ground flax seeds. Safe amount: 1 tablespoon per day. They can be mixed into oatmeal, yogurt, hot porridge, or sprinkled over salads. One very important note for older adults: you don't need more than this. Consistency matters more than quantity. Flax seeds are not an instant solution, but if you're looking for a quiet, steady way to correct an omega-6 to omega-3 imbalance that has lasted for decades, this is an extremely valuable choice. If you're over 65 and feel your memory isn't as sharp as it used to be, pay close attention to food number 3. It's often called brain food. 3. Walnuts. There's a fascinating detail that few people notice. When you look closely at a shelled walnut, it looks remarkably similar to the human brain. This is not just a coincidence. In many traditional medical systems, people believe that foods resembling a certain organ tend to nourish that organ. Today, modern science is beginning to support this idea, at least when it comes to walnuts. Here's the paradox. Many people eat enough food and get plenty of calories, yet still feel forgetful, unable to focus. Mentally tired more often, especially after age 65. The deeper reason often isn't poor memory itself, but silent inflammation in the brain, a type of inflammation you don't feel as pain, but one that slows down neural signaling. And this is where walnuts come in. Walnuts are one of the very few plant foods that are rich in omega-3 ALA, and also contain antioxidant compounds that are especially beneficial for the brain. When you eat walnuts regularly, omega-3 helps calm neuroinflammation, while antioxidants protect brain cells from premature aging. Many observational studies show that older adults who eat walnuts regularly tend to have better memory, faster reflexes, and longer-lasting cognitive function over time. So what's the key? Portion size. You don't need much. Safe and effective amount: 4 to 6 walnut halves, about 10-15 grams. Per day, best time to eat them: in the morning or early afternoon. Eating too much can cause bloating, unnecessary excess calories. One very important note for people over 60: chew thoroughly. This not only improves digestion, but also helps the body absorb omega-3 more effectively. To preserve omega-3, walnuts should be eaten raw or lightly dried, not roasted. High heat can destroy healthy fats, which is especially important for older adults. Walnuts are not an instant memory booster. But if you see brain health as a long-term investment, this is one of the simplest and most sustainable choices you can make. But what if your digestion is no longer strong enough to absorb nutrients from seeds and nuts? Don't worry. Food, number 2, is exactly the solution. 2. Algal oil, the original omega-3. Your body doesn't need to convert. Here's a fact that surprises many people. Fish do not create omega-3 on their own. Fish have omega-3 because they eat algae. And this leads to a very important paradox. If you go straight to the original source, algae, you can get pure omega-3 that's easier for an aging body to use. For people over 60, this is the key point. When we're younger, the body can efficiently convert plant-based omega-3, ALA, into the active forms DHA and EPA. But as we age, this conversion ability gradually declines. That's why many people eat seeds regularly, drink healthy smoothies, yet still experience joint pain, mental fatigue, and silent inflammation. Algal oil addresses this exact weakness. It provides DHA and EPA directly, the forms of omega-3 that the brain, heart, and blood vessels can use immediately, without requiring conversion. This is especially important if you don't eat fish, have trouble digesting fish, or are concerned about the quality of fish oil on the market. Another major advantage of algal oil, it does not come with extra omega-6. While modern diets are already overloaded with omega-6, algal oil helps replenish omega-3 without further tipping the balance. Many people over 60 report that, after a few weeks of consistent algal oil use, they notice less dull joint discomfort, more stable heart rhythm, clearer, more focused thinking in the morning. The science behind this is quite clear. DHA is a critical structural component of the brain, while EPA helps calm systemic inflammation, especially inflammation related to blood vessels and joints. So how should algal oil be used properly? The easiest way is to take it in capsule form. Check the label to make sure you're getting about 200-300 milligrams of DHA plus EPA per day. For many products, this equals 1 capsule per day. Best time to take it after a main meal with a small amount of fat to improve absorption. One important note, if you're taking blood-thinning medications, talk to your doctor before using algal oil regularly. This is an important safety step. Algal oil is not the cheapest option, but for people over 60, it's one of the most effective ways to quickly correct active omega-3 deficiency, especially when the body no longer processes nutrients as efficiently as before. Before we move on to the final food, if you're finding this video helpful, please tap the like button so YouTube knows this content is worth sharing. And if you or someone you love is over 60, don't forget to subscribe to the VitalAge Health channel. Each week, we share science-based nutrition and health information, explained simply, slowly, and in a way that's easy to apply, so you can live healthier and more proactively as the years go by. Now let's move on to the final food. 1. Hemp seeds. Not the highest in omega-3, but the most balanced. Hemp seeds are not the food with the highest omega-3 content by pure numbers, but they are one of the very few foods with an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio that closely matches what the human body evolved to use. Put simply, your body recognizes hemp seeds as familiar food. While many modern cooking oils push the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio to 15.1 or even 21, hemp seeds keep this ratio close to natural balance, and that makes a big difference, especially for people over 60. When your body no longer has to fight background inflammation every day, you may notice subtle but very real changes. More flexible joints, less morning stiffness, a steadier heartbeat, and more stable energy throughout the day. Many people describe this feeling beautifully. It's not that I suddenly feel strong, it's that I don't feel as tired as I used to. So how should hemp seeds be used properly? The good news, it's very easy. Ideal amount, 1–2 tablespoons per day. No soaking required, no grinding required, no cooking required. You can simply sprinkle them on salads, mix them into oatmeal, add them to smoothies, or eat them with yogurt in the morning. Hemp seeds have a mild, slightly nutty flavor, which is very pleasant for older adults. Another big advantage, hemp seeds are easier to digest than many other nuts and seeds, making them an excellent choice if you have a sensitive stomach. Hemp seeds are not a trend. They're not flashy. They're not heavily advertised. But if you understand that, healthy aging doesn't come from adding more and more, but from restoring balance after years of imbalance, then hemp seeds truly deserve the top spot on this list. Which food will you try first? Comment below, balanced smoothie recipe, and subscribe to receive a 5-minute Omega Balanced Smoothie recipe. Summary, stepping back to see the big picture. Today, we walked through 5 foods richer in omega-3 than fish, but more importantly, 5 different ways to correct the omega-6 to omega-3 imbalance in the body. Let's quickly review. Chia seeds. A gentle first step to calm silent inflammation. Ground flax seeds. A steady counterbalance to excess omega-6 walnuts, nourishing the brain and memory after age 65 algal oil. Delivering active omega-3 directly to the heart and brain in hemp seeds. Not the strongest, but the most balanced. So what do all these foods have in common? They don't force the body to work harder. They don't provide instant stimulation. They quietly guide your body back to its natural state. And that is exactly what an aging body needs most. You don't need to eat all of them at once. You don't need to change everything overnight. Just 1–2 foods per day. Used consistently. With patience, your body will take care of the rest. You may also want to share this video with a friend, a loved one, or anyone who is dealing with joint pain, fatigue, or concerns about memory. Healthy aging doesn't come from big dramatic actions. It comes from small choices, repeated consistently every single day. Thank you for spending your time here. Wishing you a peaceful day and a body that grows more balanced with each passing year.